All right, welcome to Elevate and Celebrate Amplified. It's been a while since we've been able to do this, but I have a special guest with us because next month in May, she's going to be delivering an amazing talk for our champion members. So if you're not one already, no judgment, but maybe this might be the time for you to become a member. So go to bipocc.org/join and you can learn more about our membership. But enough about that. What I want to talk to you right now is about our amazing speaker, Jenn Espinosa-Goswami. See, I was so close. I fumbled it right at it was like
Now try to say it three times fast, Alex, and then you win the prize.
Jenn Espinosa-Goswami, Jenn Espinosa-Goswami, Jenn Espinosa-Goswami.
Yes, you get the prize. Pat on the back too.
Yeah. Jenn, welcome, welcome. Thank you for A, being willing to help our community support us. And we're going to dive into that topic in just a minute. And B, just for you being you and building an amazing career in business.
I'm all about supporting coaches. So let's go, coaches. Let's go, people who want to build your business. You're all welcome here.
Awesome. So for the folks that don't know you, floor is yours. Like, who is this wonderful person in front of me?
I am a Midwestern girl. I actually started sharing my story of losing 100 pounds on stage about 20 years ago or so. And at the time, I just was really passionate about speaking. I'm like, okay, well, let me share this story, and maybe it could impact one or two people. Over the past few years, it's impacted more than a few people. But during the pandemic, I decided to shift away from health transformation and talk more about how coaches can grow their business, their income, their impact, all of it through public speaking, because that's how I built my company, Weightless. And if I can do it, I know there are millions of other people out there who can do the same thing because you just follow the process. It's easier than it seems like. And I want to give you a roadmap to understanding what that could look like for you and your business.
Mhm. All right. So speaking, coaching, curious. Why? Like, why, what do you see as far as the stage being the way for coaches to grow their business, their impact, as you said earlier?
Yeah, well, coaching is a hard business to get into. Whether you're an internal coach or an external coach, you have to find clients, right? So, fortunately, if you're internal, you just coach the people that your company sends to you. If you're an external coach, you have to figure out how to generate leads. Now, a
Hmm.
lot of coaches out there are already rocking it in terms of, challenges, online events, maybe hosting their own classes as a visibility tool. So they'll offer something free, share a 40-minute presentation or webinar and say, this is how you can work with me. But the mystique, I think, is for people who want to get to that next stage, right? What does that look like to get paid to
Hmm.
speak and also be able to invite folks into your deeper programs and offers? You can bridge that gap and it's easier than you think. But I love my coaching professionals. I became a certified coach back in 2022. And having been a coach for a minute, I was a health coach before I became a public speaking coach. It is really hard out there and you don't know what to do. And there are so many people giving you advice in terms of do this, social media, this, TikTok, that. TikTok disappeared. What do we do now? TikTok came back. Public speaking is one of those marketing tools that is very cost effective, time efficient, and will never disappear on you. You can always find a group of people looking for your message.
So I'm gonna kind of have you rewind time. Think about that moment where you get that first like significant paying opportunity, right? What was that like for you just internally of like, oh goodness, I'm this is works, or oh my goodness, I have to deliver this now. Like, what was that moment like for you?
It was kind of funny because my very first paid speaking engagement was a referral from a National Speakers Association colleague of mine who was mentoring me. I was getting sneaky and looking at her client list, and I'm like, "Hey, Janelle, I noticed you spoke for this client. Would you be willing to make a warm introduction for me?" So first of all, I took bold action to get that opportunity. I
Yeah.
didn't just introduce myself cold calling. I asked for a warm introduction. I only got paid $300 for that spot, but it was the best day of my life, Alex. I was like, "Oh my God, I get to get paid for an hour's worth of my time. This is the best." And guess what? I shared the stage with an Olympic runner in
Wow.
my area here. So I'm like, I get to share the stage with an Olympian.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to fitness club owners who are my people at the time they were.
Right.
And I'm like, this is the best day ever. And from there, it's only escalated. I've spoken to bigger audiences, I've spoken for better pay, all of the things. But even if I didn't get paid, I would have still shown up because you can still make an impact without getting paid. It just was the cherry on top of the cake or on top of the ice cream sundae. I'm like, I love this. And I get a bonus too. I get to do other things with this money. I get to serve more people
Yeah.
because, I didn't have to take time off of work. And at the time I was working a job. So I'm like, I have to take time off to do this, but I'm still getting paid. So it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember that first moment for me, like someone sent me a check. I'm like, oh my, someone's gonna pay me for this? Like, are they sure? But not like in a scheme way. I'm like, oh my goodness, like okay. And that actually helped me elevate that talk because I want to do a good job now. Someone's, lack of a better word, sticking their neck out for me. They're vouching for me and trusting me with their association, their organization to share thoughts for 45, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever it was, and I got to deliver. Like, what tips would you have for someone who's maybe in that spot? They kind of been in the, I hate to say the free space, but the showcase. It's a free showcase, and now they're getting into that paid space, and that those internal things that happen inside of us, like, man, am I worth it? Should I be doing this? Who am I? Right? I don't want to say the imposter thoughts, but like, oh my goodness, like I'm getting paid for this. Like, how do I rise to the occasion?
Yeah, I love this question. And I'm going to share a parallel from the mortgage industry, which is where I started my career in. I was in mortgage just by accident. But what you may not know if you haven't been in the mortgage industry is when it comes to the housing market, what matters in terms of the value of your house is not how much it's actually worth. What matters is what the house next to it sold for. That's called comparables. So it's not necessarily what your house is worth, it's what the other houses in your neighborhood are charging and selling and getting in terms of buyers. The same is true for speakers. So, and this is part of the competitive research you'll do when you enter paid speaking is understanding what other speakers in your topic area are charging. Because if they're charging it and receiving it, it's like that housing market, right? You are worth at least that amount, if not more. And from there, it's just a matter of being confident to say, yeah, I've got the expertise, I've got the background, I can do this. I've delivered other showcase speaking before, and my audiences loved it. I'm worth it.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that. I'm worth it. So hopefully you watch and listen and you can receive that. Like, yeah, I'm worth every penny. And at the end of the day, as I like to say often, no one can ever really pay you what you're worth, right? From the time, the experience, everything, the education you've done, they'd have to they'd have to bring up the dump truck, beep, beep, like Scrooge McDuck and fill up the swimming pool of the coins. But that's it. I mentioned at the start that you're going to be helping us out with a facilitation call. So can you give us like a quick trailer, like quick preview of what folks, our champion members can look forward to with that?
Ooh, these champion members are going to get the goods. They're going to get it in a 40-minute or so presentation on how to grow your business through public speaking. So a lot of folks, like I mentioned, are really good at finding opportunities. Now, the
Mhm.
problem is a lot of speaking opportunities are opportunities with parentheses, right? You have to pay for the stage, you
Yeah.
have to have a minimum email list size. They're not really opportunities, they're investments. So
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of peel back the curtain in terms of forget those investments or those opportunities, instead pursue the real opportunities that can help you grow your client list, can help you get paid a speaking fee. We're talking thousands, not hundreds. I know I got paid a few hundred for my first time, and that was a win, but we can certainly get thousands. In fact, I think the average right now is 10,000. So, regardless of what type of speaking you want to do, we can help you identify what your speaking journey includes. Now, in the beginning, Alex, I thought I was going to be that big keynote speaker. That is not at all how my speaker journey turned out, and I'm okay with where I am. I think in the beginning, a lot of people think of public speaking as you're this huge keynote speaker like Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins jumping across the stage, big walk-up music and all this cool stuff. That's awesome. But not everyone does that. In fact, a lot of speakers don't reach that kind of success, and maybe they don't want that level of audience
Yeah.
because how you show up matters. So I want you to lean into your competencies as a coach and choose the right speaking journey for you. So that could include retreats, that could include breakout workshops. It could include virtual speaking if you're not a big traveler, you've got family, you've got commitments. Maybe you don't want to travel every other weekend, and that's okay. There's a stage for you, and I would love to help these champion members figure out what that journey looks like for them and grow their impact and income along the way.
So you heard it there, folks. If you're not here with us May 9th from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern, I don't know what you're doing, right? So for our existing champion members, mark this on your calendar. This is another opportunity for you to expand your business because it's one thing to coach one to one or one to a small group. Imagine having hundreds, maybe even thousands of your ideal clients, your dream buyers, that audience that is waiting for you. They're leaning in, they're excited about what you have to say. You deliver as a subject matter expert, and then all of a sudden, that line out the door, metaphorically or even physically, I want to talk to you. I need you to speak to my group. And right, that's how what they call spin-off business happens, right? You have a book, you have these other things you can leverage and support your growth. So these are just another, this is another tool in the toolbox. It doesn't have to be end all be all, but it's just another tool. Why not have something else that can help you expand your reach and serve the people who can be best suited for what you do? So before I wrap up, we got to end with some fun. So what is
Hmm.
something fun that Jen loves outside of speaking, outside of coaching? What is the thing that like lights you up?
Ooh, how does one choose? There are so many options. Um, so I love to dance, and this year I'm committed to finding some sort of partner dance workshops that I can do with my husband. I've been married for 22 years. Our anniversary is this weekend, actually. And
Awesome. Happy
thank you.
anniversary. Yeah.
Thank you. And my husband and I haven't gone dancing in like forever because, kids and family and commitments, all that good stuff. We're not like club people, but I'm like, I want to do
Well, you don't
partner
want to boom,
dance,
boom.
right?
Like,
Kind of
what'd
old
you
for that
say?
business. So yeah, I'm super excited to lean into different ways of expression. I'm all about movement, so dancing is one of the funnest movements I can think of, and it's with music, which I'm super excited about. My husband is a little bit nervous about dancing. It's not his forte. He's more of a soccer guy, but you know what?
Okay.
We're gonna have a good time.
Fantastic. Awesome. Jen, thank you so much for being here with us. I can't wait to just be a part of that experience next month. And for all of you watching, stay tapped in with the collective. Make sure you're following us. Share it out with your people because this is how we grow. This is how we expand. It's through word of mouth. It's through you being a part of this. This is a collective. It's not the Alex show. It's not Reem, Kiwi, Gwen show. It's all of us together, and we're better together. So, Jen, appreciate you. Thank you again. And for all of you, see you soon. Stay
See you
blessed.
May 9th.
See you May 9th, yo. May the 9th be with you. Oh, I messed it up.
Dad
Seven.
joke.
We're out, y'all. See you.